waiting. This first song's about a miners' strike. It's a true story. About 100 years ago, it was a massacre. But it's a union song. I was actually in the United Auto Workers for 10 years, which is kind of a surprise. And after that, I was in another union, so I've been in unions for like 17 years now. Anyway, so I'm used to having my paycheck garnished. Anyway, but no, this is a little more serious than that. But it's from the perspective of a preacher who's his concern is it's an atypical folk song because he's not interested in justice per se. He just doesn't want bloodshed, which I think it's not the most heroic point, but I think it's a fair point. So here we go. Boys, you all know me. I'm a friend of the miner. I've preached at your funerals and don't want to know more. Sure, you got good reason for striking against them. But you're ready for protest. They're ready for war. Don't ask Rockefeller for any compassion. You search in his heart and you'll find only greed. Look up on the ridge there. See, he brought out his snipers. Your tent's gonna burn, burn, burn from his clear kerosene. They got 4 Belgian horses and a heavyweight wagon mounted in the bed, a chrome Gatling gun, your picks and your shovels. No, they ain't gonna shield you. It's time to give up, boys. Pack your families and run. If our Lord Jesus came down from the heavens here to Colorado, oh, to see to your cause, he'd say, I can't save you from man's worst desires. I don't want no more martyrs, so climb down off my cross. You got just 2 bad choices. You can flee with your children, or swallow your pride, go back down in the hole. You ain't nobody's worry. All the blood in this nation can't quench the desire for American coal. and quench the desire for American coal. All right, well that song actually got me heckled, but it had nothing to do with the song and nothing to do with me. It took me a few days to realize that. What causes heckling? Drunkenness. That's all. So it's not really it's not nothing personal. At least it wasn't personal for me. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna pick it up a little bit with a bit of a zippier song. I've gone through a lot of phases in songwriting, and I wrote this one in January, and I was just kind of focused a lot on a lot of like internal rhyme and catchiness and things like that. So I actually tend to think that humans are kind of... Somebody wrote me a message yesterday about a song, and I actually think that humans are kind of wired for stories, and we just like to hear that things in an order, and they're more memorable than something that's a little bit more impressionistic. So this has a looser narrative to it, but not every song can be a narrative because that's the way it goes. But anyway, so this is going to be out next year, but it's already recorded and all that stuff. This is like an Amnesiac. Don't remind me we were here before. I don't find myself in tears no more. Now I finally got my feet back under me. Why you stop by seeking company? Like an amnesiac, I'll fall for you and take you back. Like an amnesiac, recalling not one painful fact at all. I'm never learning from my mistakes, ever returning each time my heart breaks. Like an amnesiac, don't need the past to see I'm trapped in love. In love. I can wipe the memories from my mind, try in spite of every other time. As I lose this weak grip on reality, my confusion seeks its tragedy. Like an amnesiac, I'll fall for you and take you back. Like an amnesiac, recalling not one painful fact at all. I'm never losing my mistakes, ever returning each time my heart breaks. Like an amnesiac, don't need the past to see I'm trapped. Though I remember you more than I choose, I have surrendered to braving your bruises and hoping this time I don't die up. I'll open my eyes, not too broken to try love. Like an amnesiac, I'll fall for you and take you back. Like an amnesiac, recalling not one painful fact at all. I'm never learning from my mistakes, ever returning each time my heart breaks. Like an amnesiac, don't need the past to see I'm trapped in love. In love. In love. All right, feel free to comment on where anybody's from or anything like that. I mean, you don't have to. You can be anonymous. It is the internet after all. But feel free to come say hi if you're far away. And yeah, so, all right. This next one is about... you know, it's just kind of a call to action. That, hey, one comment. All right. Next one's kind of a call to action. You know, there's a lot of words floating around these days Sometimes people back it up with action, sometimes people don't, and I'm not talking about other people, I'm also talking about myself. So it's kind of try to do your part. So yeah, that's where we're at. This is called I Tried. And it was basically about what you would like to say to your grandchildren. You don't want to say, I just had good thoughts, or I just like posted something on Facebook. You want to say, I actually tried to make things better. So that's what this is. By the way, let me know if the how the levels are if you feel like it. I just want to make sure the guitar's not too out or the vocals aren't too out or whatever. I can't hear what you hear. But anyway, when you reached the promised land, did you bar the path to others? Did you turn aside your brother, or did you hold out your hand? When they ask you if you tried to turn the world toward justice, to lift up those among us who have fallen to the side, look in their eyes, lift your head held high, and say, I tried, oh Lord, I tried. Did you act or first ask who? When you heard of those in danger, did you always love your neighbor when she didn't look like you? Did you sacrifice to free those who still wear chains of sorrow? Did you lead or did you follow, or pretend you did not see? Look in their eyes, your head held high, and say, I tried, oh Lord, I tried. Will you regret you never led your actions from your heart? To look back with a conscience clear, it's not too late to start. Did you help achieve the dream? Were you on the side of history? Did you fight on for the victory, or just cheer the winning team? Look in their eyes, your head held high, and say, I tried, oh Lord, I tried. Can you say, I tried, oh Lord, I tried. Okay. I'm going to bang out a fun one. I don't know if I'm consciously alternating fast and slow, but this is just using a old car as a metaphor for the simple life. This is called Crown Victoria. How does it start? How does it start? I'll figure it out. She was weary, dirty, but still kinda purty. And when I gave the key a twist, she roared back into life. To me, she seemed quite royal, despite her pool of oil. So for $700 and a handshake, she was mine. Victoria, Victoria, lovely lies the crown. Victoria, Victoria, never let me down. My rough and ready, strong and steady, sovereign machine. Victoria, a crown, Victoria, my regal queen. Once she chased criminals with the zeal of a Baptist hymnal, racing through the city streets to seize thieves in the night. And then she went to work, wearing yellow in Newark, making airport runs and taking drunks home at daylight. Victoria, Victoria, lovely lies the crown. Victoria, Victoria, never let me down. My rough and ready, strong and steady sovereign machine. Victoria, oh crown Victoria, my regal queen. Now these days it's all so complicated. We're neutered by computers and we don't see what we lose. A broken hoverboard ain't worth a good old pair of shoes. But I won't be dependent on some self-driving appliance, 'cause Victoria's resplendent and reliable as iron is. Mechanical simplicity, some elbow grease, a socket set, and you've got self-sufficiency. As you can see, that nothing stopped us yet. Victoria, Victoria, lovely lies the crown. Victoria, Victoria, never let me down. My rough and ready, strong and steady sovereign machine. Victoria, crown Victoria, my regal queen. Alrighty, I'm gonna do a Lou Reed cover. Lou Reed always said, or not always said, he said once, maybe he never even said it, but somebody said he said it. It's funny how much I pulled that one back. There was some quote from him that was basically like, one chord good, two chords, now you're getting into jazz, three chords, forget it, or something like that. But, I mean, that was, I think, a little bit of posturing on his part, because this is Satellite of Love, and he certainly used plenty of chords in this one, so, yeah. That sounds good. Satellite's gone up to the skies. Things like that drive me out of my mind. I watched it for a little while. I like to watch things on TV. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of. Satellite's gone up to way up to Mars. Soon it'll be filled with parking cars. I watched it for a little while. I love to watch things on TV. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of. I've been told that you've been bold with Harry, Mark, and John. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with Harry, Mark, and John. Satellite's gone up to the skies. Things like that drive me out of my mind. I watched it for a little while. I love to watch things on TV. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite I used to live, as Ellie does, well, she lives in the same neighborhood, but he doesn't live there anymore. I used to live in Lou Reed's neighborhood. Saw him once hailing a cab and once at a sushi restaurant. But being a big fan of him, I would have gone up to him, but knowing it was still Lou Reed, he probably would have like smashed a bottle of sake over my head. So not going to do that to Lou Reed. Yeah. Tonight we won't lose connection. Yes. So the deal is I just splurged and spent double for a webcam, and that's the way it goes. It's just pandemic streaming, and that's the way it goes. So yeah, I had a list of songs somewhere, and I don't remember where I put it, but I'll look for it now. Yeah, it's kind of a shame to have to pay for it, but I guess, some hoarder made out, and I guess that's okay. All right, I'll do. There we go. Yeah, it's the sound I think is good just from being in my own house, honestly. That on the road, so I kind of got my setup. Not that the technical setup is any different, but so yeah. So I'm gonna do a song about gratitude. It's called "Strong Black Coffee." It's from the perspective of an itinerant gambler who finally finds love. It's called "Strong Black Coffee." I've been all across this country and had so many girls who can sweetly seduce with cheap charm. But the first time I found you and you laid it all down, left me breathless and all but disarmed. I'd grown used to those women with their saccharine style, who conceal all their thoughts with a smile. You were such a straight shooter with no cards up your sleeve, who called me out when I stepped out of line. I need someone to keep me grounded, not one who's trying hard to please. You're like strong black coffee on an overnight drive. You're so real, and you're just what I need. When I gambled in love, any angle I played, but you dealt me the fairest of deals. Now you're keeping me honest, telling right to my face when I'm not all the man I should be. If I'm tilting, you true me, 'cause you're forthright and fair. I don't need now to wager bad hands. See, I'm holding two aces with the odds on my side, 'cause with you I know right where I stand. There are no tells I have to search for to show me how you really feel. You're like strong black coffee on an overnight drive. You're so real, and you're just what I need. On the highways I've traveled, you could stop every mile and not find someone tied to the truth. But now fortune's allowed me such a genuine love. There's no bluffing now when I'm with you. I think I'll stand up from the table, as Lady Luck has smiled on me. You're like strong black coffee on an overnight drive. You're so real and you're just what I need. I'm going to do another solo. No, solo. It's all solo tonight. I'm going to do another cover. Almost in the same range as the original, which is a woman singing. But you'll see why in a second. Hope everything's all right for everybody out there. Hey, I'm going to test something out. Let's see what happens if I do this. Look at that. Looks like I can put comments up on the screen. I guess if you want your comment put up on the screen, I guess so you can make a comment. But that's pretty fun. I don't know what comments you guys can see and what you can't, and I guess whether it even matters, whether it's on the screen or not, but I guess it's a fun thing. I'll bet there's all sorts of other things to do in this, but a little sharp. Anyway, yep, off we go. Took my love and I took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills, till the landslide brought it down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Take my love, take it down. Climb a mountain and you turn around, and if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, will the landslide bring you down? And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, will the landslide bring you down? Oh, Will the landslide bring you down? If you have a song suggestion, feel free to do it. But it's infinitely, given my lack of preparation time these days, if it's a song I know already, maybe not have played it, maybe not have sung it, but at least know the melody or something like that, then I can figure it out and like bang it out and just like run through it and do it. If it's an obscure song, it might wind up on the back burner until I figure out how to do it and how to learn what the song is, then do it. So I think you know where you're coming from. If you have a song that you want to hear, feel free to send it in. Message me, email, or whatever. This is the song I wrote for my friend Andy, who passed away about little over about 6 months and a week ago. No. This year? It can't be this year. No, it must be last year. A year and 6 months and a week ago. Unless I'm like totally tripping on time. But anyway, I know it was March 1st when I heard. So anyway, this is a song which is, it's a little it's a little meta in that it discusses, how to figure out how to write it, but it's all right. It's all good. Yeah, it was a year and a half ago. It's here at the broadcast a year and a half ago. Because the time's not working right. I'm just on Corona time and nothing's making sense these days. It's called I Hope You Know New. There was snow in Minnesota when a stranger called my phone, and he told me that you'd given up on life. Well, I thought I'd keep together till that night when I got home, but somewhere over Michigan I hid my face and cried. And since then I've been wondering how I'd ever write this song, how to tell the world about the friend I knew. All I do is think about what I'd say to you if you weren't gone. So let this be my confession, straight from me to you. Oh, Andy, I hope you knew the way I felt but often kept inside. Oh, Andy, I hope you knew that you've been right here with me for all this time. You bore witness round the world, filming stories that you told, while I settled down to raise my family. But the friends we make as children seem to live inside our souls. So despite the time and distance, you are never far from me. The final time we met, we crossed the Williamsburg at night, and you told me you were broken down inside. Though we talked so late to help you, and I really thought it might, if I'd known it was the last time, how much more I would have tried. Oh, Andy, I hope you knew the way I felt but often kept inside. Oh, Andy, I hope you knew that you've been right here with me for all this time. I wish I was a better friend. I wish I'd laugh with you again. I wish I made the time to see you more. I wish you knew how much you meant I wish so bad you hadn't left. I wish that I'd been wise enough to say all this before. So maybe those who knew you will find comfort in my words and think of what they would have liked to say. Or even better, give a loved one all that they deserve and tell them now in person before it's grown too late. So Andy, let me open up my heart before the end and say I love you and I miss you and I'm glad I was your friend. Yeah, it's really something, but oop, that came up. It was washed out in my shirt. Oops, sorry. It's a strange thing because you write a song, then I wind up spending all this time with it, trying to perfect it and working on after it's recorded, then working on mixing. So I've spent a ton of time on this song, and of course then a ton of time thinking about Andy, which isn't it isn't the worst thing in the world. So it's really kind of the blessing in disguise from writing a song, and then you're reliving some of the good stuff at least. So yeah. All right, I'll change it up. This is called The Real Thing. I've rehearsed what I would do if I found myself with you at the sweet end of a fine and gentle night. Like a surgeon up late at night who sutures tangerines, practicing to try and get it right. But the real thing, how did this go? Real thing's not the same. No, the real thing's not the same. Yet the magic that's between us makes me try. Then the labor of love starts, and we wound each other's hearts as I stumble my way through this tangled life. Like a golem wakened from the clay, bewildered at his breath, stares down at his hands and wonders why. 'Cause the real thing's not the same. No, the real thing's not the same. Yet the magic that's between us makes me try. Will you forgive me as I'm learning on the wing, and I'm striving with all my might? Yet the real thing's not the same. No, the real thing's not the same. Yet the magic that's between us makes me try. 'Cause the real thing's not the same. No, the real thing's not the same. Yet the magic that's between us makes me try. Okay, I think I'm gonna do one more song and that'll be it for the night. This one I haven't done. I think the first song of the night and the last song I haven't done in this. So what key am I in? I've totally forgotten where Yeah, so this one I don't do because of this different tuning, and I don't like messing around with that too much, and even though I seem to spend an inordinate amount of my time tuning anyway. But yeah, so this one's a whole different tuning, not whole different, but different enough that it requires a little more than just a minor adjustment. But anyway, we're almost there. All right, last song of the night, and I really, part of the, well, I'll just do it. But see if you it's almost this song is almost an excuse to play this chord. I don't know if that sounds discordant in isolation or anything like that, but well, you'll hear it later. But it's called "I'm Here Now." Wears a smile like a party dress, but what's behind those eyes a fool could guess. She acts like everything is fine, but I can sense the sorrow in her mind. No matter how she tried, there was a distance that I'd keep, and soon the gap between became too wide for sparks to leap. She's gone if I don't turn this thing around, so I'm here now. I'm seeing things for real at last, but no more through the bottom of a glass. I think of how I used to creep into our bed while she'd pretend to sleep. She's lonely, wondering if only he'd let me inside. It's taking all my power just to push aside my pride. I'm trying, even though I don't know how, and I'm here now. Do people ever really change? Well, maybe so, but I'll let her decide. I see her hope is flickering, the flame is dim but somehow still alive. It's taken me too long to see that love should be an all or nothing deal. So I'll put it all out on display and let the chips fall wherever they may. Oh, maybe it's too late for me to show her someone true, and if she can't believe, it's still the least that I could do. So though it's only words, this time I vow that I'm here now. So though it's only words, this time I vow that I'm here now. All right, well, thanks for spending part of your Wednesday night with me, and I'll see what comes through the rotation next week. Again, feel free to make a request. It's more likely to slip its way in given how busy I am these days if I know it already. But if you'd rather just leave it up to bartender's choice, that's fine too. Okay, have a good night, and I'll maybe see some of you next week. All right, bye-bye.